Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama! Libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam!
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello everyone! Naka-live na po ba tayo? Hi everyone! Kamusta po kayong lahat dyan? I hope that you are all doing well. We are already in our quarter 3, week 3 here in ETUlay. At mukha namang marami po tayong kasama po ngayon na talaga naman pong palagi po silang nanunood at tumatangkilik po sa ating every Friday. So, every Friday po tayo, lagi po tayong magkakasama. And I hope po lahat po ng mga estudyante po natin na nasa grade 11 po dyan, I hope that you are enjoying every Friday kasi po ito po ay araw po ng Business Friday. So, I am your tutor, Carmi from SDO May Kawayan from May Kawayan National High School. And of course, bago po ako magsimula sa ating lesson for today, I hope that Ma'am Carol is already around the rin po. Ayan, si Ma'am Carol sana ay nandyan na rin. Kamusta po kayo? Ayan po, sige po, batiin ko lang po. Ayan, hi po. Ayan. Tutor Carol, ayan, hello.
Hello.
Ayun,
Kalimutan nila ako.
Ayan, kamusta po kayo, Tutor Carol? I hope you're fine. Nasaan po kayo ngayon? Nasa school na ba?
Later po after nito, I'm going to school. Reporting
Okay
na rin
po,
po
ako
kasi
nasa
kami.
school na
Pero
po ako
syempre,
ngayon.
yes,
Ayan,
pero
sige
syempre,
po.
hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan ang ETUlay, ang mga batang sumusubaybay sa atin sa
Yes po,
ETUlay.
tama po yan. Kaya maraming salamat po kasi po kahit alam ko may mga iba po sa ating mga teachers po ay may pasok na. Okay po, kami tulad po namin, nandito po ako ngayon sa school. Hello sa aking mga senior high school teachers po dito sa May Kawayan National High School. Maraming salamat sa pag-assist sa akin ni Ma'am Shermaine Mendoza, Ma'am Julie Rimba, Ayan po, at ang aking mga kaibigan dito, ayan, ang dami po namin dito sa loob ng kwarto.
Yes, oo. Meron din ako nakita mga students ko. Hello, John Andre Roquero. Okay, from our
Ayan, ang dami.
school. From
Ayan,
grade
yes,
11
ma'am.
Purposeful.
Ay, ma'am, ang dami.
Hello.
Nandito pa ni sila la Jean, sila, Hyacinth. Ayan, ma'am, the usual people that who are with us every Friday. Ayan. Sige, ma'am, ang ganda ng topic natin for today, no? For
Yes, oo.
quarter
We're
3.
getting exciting na
Yes,
ating
ma'am.
mga topic,
At
no? Parang,
itong topic natin na to, we are nearing to the day that we are going to come up with our financial statement. Pero
yes,
muna
yes,
tayo
yes.
pag-aralan muna natin kung ano may mga elements ng financial statement na yan. So, sige po, ma'am.
Correct.
Ah, Ayan, bago pala ma'am, gusto ko na pong batiin ang ating mga kababaihan. Ayan, this is Women's Month po, kaya po women empowerment po tayo. Kaya kami ni Ma'am Carol ay very empowered po sa mga oras that we are so inspired to deliver, of course, quality education. Ayan,
Yes.
sige ma'am, objectives for today. So, I will be the first speaker. Ayan, sige. Pag-umpisa na po natin. So, for today, we are going to talk about accounting equation. And at the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to illustrate the accounting equation. Ayan. Ano ba yung elements ng accounting equation? We are going to talk about that. And we are also going to perform operation involving simple cases with the use of accounting equation. So before
Correct.
that, we are going to do, of course, a review of past lessons. So mag-review muna tayo ng pinag-aralan natin last time para sigurado po tayo na tayo ay ready for our new topic. So for our direction, identify what GAAP concept and principle that was used on the following or practice on the following statement or situation. Ayan. May mga clues na po kami na ibinigay dyan sa inyo. So, Ma'am
Yeah.
Carol, ayan,
Okay, I will
sige.
read the first statement here, no? So, number 1, in forecasting financial statement, a business owner must prepare the report, assuming that the business will operate indefinitely. Okay,
Ayan, ma'am, may mga sagot na
going
tayo dito.
blank. Okay, ano yan? So, you can comment down your... Uy, ang bilis naman nila. Iris
Yes, ma'am.
Ronquillo.
Mukhang mabilis ang mga internet
Isaac
eh.
Tupo. Mariali. Mabilis ba internet o tayo ang mabagal yata ngayon?
Ayan.
Okay, so meron ng sagot. May sagot na si Aisel, may sagot na si Mariali Joy Francisco, and their answer is going concern. So let us reveal the answer, ma'am, kung tama.
Okay. Yan, very good. It's
Very
going
good.
concern. Yan, palakpakan naman natin ang ating mga sarili.
Yes.
Napakahusay. Okay, for number 2.
Okay, so for number 2, yes, ikaw na.
Okay, in preparing financial statement, we should be mindful of the foreign currency where the business is located. What do you think is the principles that was practiced on this particular situation in the business? They are mindful of the foreign currency where the business is located. Okay, ano kayang sagot niyan? Mukhang, ayan, naku, napakadami ng ano. Kayang-kaya natin to. Ano ba yung dapat pinapractice natin when we are doing, of course. Okay,
Yes, parang
may mga
pwede
sumasagot
silang
na.
humanap ng mga keywords, no? Like yan, foreign currency. So ano
Foreign
ibig sabihin nun?
currency. Oo, yan. Keywords
Okay, so
yan.
yes, the
Tama
first to answer is Miss Mariali Joy Francisco. Her answer is then entity concept. Iris Ronquillo, the same entity concept.
Okay.
Hi nga pala, yes.
Keywords. Okay.
Hi nga pala kay Renaline Dakot from our school.
Hi, Miss Renaline. Kamusta po? Ayan, sige, i-reveal natin yung answer. When we talk about foreign currency, we are referring to sige, para mas maging tayo, we are referring to the monetary unit. Yan, medyo nakalimutan lang siguro dahil medyo nagulat sila sa foreign currency. Pag sinabi natin foreign currency, ibig sabihin po, yan yung peso,
pera.
pera,
Yes.
di ba? Yung mga ginagamit na dollar, ayun. So that is monetary unit concept. Okay lang yan, at least alam natin, okay? Some of you are, siguro mga naiwan na lang po ang sagot nila. So let's next number.
Okay,
Ayan.
for number 3, in recording transactions, a bookkeeper should record its acquired assets based on its actual price. So, actual price ang ating keyword dyan. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay, so anong principles ang ating gagamitin?
Recording of transaction based on its actual price.
Yes, actual price. Accrual
Yan.
basis, according to Mariali Joy.
Kailangan daw pag nagre-record tayo ng ating mga binibili na assets, dapat ito ay base sa kung magkano natin siya binibili. Hindi
Yes.
porket nagkaroon ng inflation, papalitan na natin yung kanyang presyo or kung ano yung presyo ngayon, hindi yun ang ilalagay natin sa financial statement. But we have to put it into its actual price.
Okay,
Yan.
from Mark John Paul Afalya.
Yeah,
Cost
very good.
principle.
May nakasagot na ng tamang answer at yan
Yes.
ay tama po. That is cost principle. Very good. Ayan, ang galing.
Okay,
Next, let's
so-
have number 4. As an accountant, we record revenue and expenses in the business at it was earned and incurred even when cash is not yet handed. So ano po ang principle na ating pinapractice kapag ganito po ang ating ginagawa when we are recording our transactions in our business?
Okay, so number 4.
Ayan, ito mukhang marami naman.
Yes, Mariali answered accrual basis.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mariali, you are now correct kasi ilang beses na siya nag-attempt ng tamang answer and today, it is your lucky day. Now, tama po, accrual basis. Very
Yes,
good. Let's
tama
have
din
number
si
5
Mark
na.
John Paul and Isel Tubo.
Ayan, ang dami pala na nag-aano po. Sige ma'am, number 5.
Okay, for number 5, a bookkeeper must adhere to report the financial statement of the business annually. Ayan naman. So, yun na ating keyword dito, annually.
Dapat daw nire-report ang financial statement every year or annually.
Yes.
So what does it mean? What concept that we use when we are recording or we are adhered to report our financial statement annually? Yeah, medyo.
Time yun, ano? So, hi nga pala kay Liparto Catherine Luis. Okay, from our school. Sabi ko, shout out ko sila eh.
Okay, let's
Hi,
reveal now the
Catherine.
answer, Ma'am Shi. Ma'am Tutor
Yes.
Carol. Yan. Sige. Kasi di ba dapat pinireport talaga natin. Usually, kailangan natin talagang i-report ang ating financial statement annually and that is the standard in reporting the financial statement because we are following the periodicity concept or the
Yes. So,
time period concept.
Mariali Joy Francisco answered periodicity concept.
Ayan, very good,
Correct.
ma'am. Ayan. Sige. Okay, now that we're done with our
Review.
ito, laro tayo no habang ginagawa natin yung discussion natin. Pag I have here a 4 picks, 1 word, okay? Medyo alam na alam natin po diyan. So we are talking about the elements po di ba ng accounting or the
Yes.
accounting equation. So
Yes,
what do you
since we're
think is the
talking about the
answer for
accounting
the first
equation.
word?
So we have here cash, although in
Cash.
dollars, we have here paper clips, rubber band, pen, okay, paper, okay, so ano yan.
Okay.
Then we have here chairs and tables, no, office chairs and tables, and we have the last picture, para siyang
Buildings.
factory, yes,
Factory.
factory, building, and we have machineries there, oh. Okay, so ang
Ayan.
Unang sumagot ay si Mariali Joy and her answer is assets.
Asset. Yes, very good, Miss Mariali,
Yes.
no? Medyo si Mariali, medyo
Aisel,
ano siya.
yes, Aisel Tubo, assets then Catherine Liparto, asset, Maria Isa, assets. Very good, children.
Very good. Okay, so when we talk about assets, so siguro yung iba medyo ma'am kasi yung iba grade 12 na yata dito and the others are grade 11. So let us introduce to them what is an asset. So let us first define what is an asset. An asset is something an entity owns or controls in order to derive economic benefits from its use. Or in a conceptual framework for financial statement, it was also defined as a resources controlled by entity as a result of past events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow the entity. Ibig sabihin, everything that your company or your business own is considered as an asset. Okay? Your asset is considered also as your resources. So ano ba yung mga resources natin sa business? For example, we have the cash, we have the buildings, and everything that we have or that we own, there is of course an expectation of economic benefit. Okay? So nag-expect tayo na pag ginamit natin yon ay meron tayong magiging benepisyo o meron tayong kikitain para mas maganda. Kapag tayo ay kunwari bumili ng machinery para sa ating para sa ating business, syempre gagamitin natin yung machinery na yon para mag-produce ng produkto natin. And of course, pag nabili na yung produkto natin, syempre po, ito po ay magbibigay sa atin ng kita or economic benefits. Ganun lang po yun. Pag sinabi naman nating past events, ibig sabihin po, lagi po siyang historical, no? May nangyari, may pangyayari. Paano ba natin na-acquire yung asset? Syempre, it's either bumili tayo ng assets o nag-invest tayo ng cash. So those are considered as past events. Okay? At lagi pong tatandaan na kapag ang asset po ay we have a control on it. Because that is our own. We cannot control something that we don't own. Kaya po, pag narinig po natin yung salitang resources that was controlled by an entity, it is known as the asset. Okay, next po tayo. Ayan, example. Okay, next po tayo. Ano kaya po ang tinutukoy sa picture natin na to?
Okay, so first picture, no, hirap na hirap siya. Hirap na hirap siyang pasanin. And then para rin itong ayan, chain, no, na hindi ka na makakilos.
Yan,
And
ma'am,
then,
may
ayan, parang mga
sumasagot
ghost na
na.
hinahaunt ka.
Yan, si Mark
Okay.
John Paul Afala.
Okay. So, lahat
Si
sila?
Jeremiah, okay.
Jeremiah,
Tignan
Mariali,
natin, ma'am, kung tama ang
Aisel,
sagot po
Catherine
nila.
Leparto. Okay. Ang answer nila ay liabilities.
Okay. So, very good, no? Ang galing naman ng ating mga tuti ngayon. Parang they are really engaged and active. At the same time, they have already a prior knowledge of this accounting elements po, no? Of the equation, accounting equation. So, when we talk about naman po liability, ayan, kanina po nakita natin, may mga nakita tayong debts. Okay? Ang company po, ang business ay hindi po masamang nangungutang. Okay, tandaan po natin yun ha. Wala po rin kasing company na nagsusurvive kung hindi po sila nangungutang. Yun nga lang po, this is also the best time for us to come up with a goodwill with our suppliers and those people who are actually trusting us of their resources. Okay? So, it is actually an obligation of the business and its settlement involves the transfer of cash or other resources. And from the conceptual framework of financial statement, it is also defined, it is a present obligation of an entity arising from its past events of settlement of which is expected to result an outflow from the entity of the resources embodying economic benefits. So, ibig sabihin lang po nito, pag sinabi nating liability, tama po kayo, it's pagkakautang. Okay? This is a present obligation of the company. And of course, we are expecting an outflow. Pag tayo po ay nangutang, may posible po, may ilalabas po tayo or may outflow na mangyayari gamit po yung mga assets na meron tayo. For example, the best asset that we use when we are paying liability, of course, is the cash. Okay? So, yun po. At ibig sabihin po na outflow, palabas po ang ating mga yung resources po na yun at mababawasan. Pero although po nababawasan yung ating asset, meron naman po siyang kapalit. Kaya po nga, di ba, meron tayong tinatawag na matching principles po sa business po when we are recording transaction. It is not always palabas. Meron din pong pumapasok po sa atin. Pero parang they have this what we call mutual understanding. Okay? May relasyon po na nangyayari pag meron po tayong mga business. Okay, next po. Ayan. Or, another po, ano na po naman itong ating number, ano po, next natin.
Okay. So, yung mga picture niya, no, siya yung para siyang private individual with lots of money.
Yes, ma'am.
He is also the brain of the company.
Ayan,
And then,
meron si
pwede rin yan.
Jeremia, ma'am. Ang sagot niya is capital. Si
Okay.
Vince Pamilara, sabi ni Mariali, it's equity. Okay. Okay, sige ma'am, let's reveal the answer. Okay? Kasi meron pa tayong accounting equation na maya. Yan. Pag sinabi naman po natin, tama po si Mariali, tama din po si yung isa po na sumagot ng capital, okay? They call it equity or capital. Pero wag po nating i-limit yung ating capital. Pag sinabi po capital ay ano po siya, more on investment. Kasi marami pong uri ng equity, no? So, but when we talk about equity, it is the business owes to the owners. Ibig sabihin po, di ba, ang business natin at ang ating personal life is actually separate with each other. So, iba po ang pagkatao ng ating business at ang business po at tayo as a person. So, meron po kasing responsibility si business din po sa ating mga owners. Of course, kapag ikaw ay nag-invest, syempre you are actually expecting a claim. Okay? I invested in this business, so I am expecting a claim from that business. So, ibig sabihin po, ang equity, it is reflects the residual claims of the owner in the after deducting all its liabilities. Ibig sabihin po, kailangan bayad na po ang lahat ng pagkakautang para po sabihin po natin na tayo ay merong equity. So marami po, ang equity po ay masyadong, tinatawag po natin, may iba't ibang klase kasi ng equity or hindi lang po siya it does not only refer to the net income, di ba? So, or initial investment, lahat po yan ay actually nakapalo po sa equity po natin. So, after all po ng binawas po sa ating ng lahat ng liability natin sa ating asset po, ito po lang ang residual claim na natatanggap po ng mga business owners. So, that is an equity. Yan. So, yun lang po pwede nilang i-enjoy. Okay, Ma'am Carol.
Okay. So, we have here picture analysis, no? So, what do you see? You can see a man here carrying sa shoulders niya ay parang basket, no? But what can you see? Facial expression, the basket he's carrying, yung posture niya, what can you say about it? Okay, so let us see. For ang kanyang face, it seemed happy. Masaya siya kasi nakasmile, no? And look at yung posture niya. Naka-straight lang siyang ganyan. So, walang lumalaylay na balikat sa kanan, sa right side, or walang lumalaylay sa left side. And then, look at the basket. Okay, yung basket niya is equal. So, ibig sabihin, of equal weight yan. Okay, so yan yung ating picture. Okay, so pinapa-observe namin sa inyo. What if, okay, what if he will be given 3 sacks to carry? Okay, paano yan magiging equal? So as you can see, yung sacks, no, of pare-pareho naman yung kanyang weight. Pero paano niya dadalhin yan na hindi, okay, malalaglag ang isang balikat. Okay? At hindi siya sisimangot. Okay? Paano gagawin natin dyan? Let's say, 1 sack is the asset, okay? Or 1 sack is the liabilities, and the other one is equity. Okay, paano? Paano niya dadalhin yan? Ano ang pagsasamahin niya sa isang side at ano naman ang sa isang side? Okay? So, ano ang dadalhin niya? Anybody? Balance, okay. Sole proprietorship, I sell, revenue. Okay, so dapat balance nga, ano? So ito, paano niya babalansehin itong tatlong SAC na to? Okay, so tingnan natin. So tingnan na nga natin ang tutor Carmi kung paano ba niya bibit-bitin yan. So on one side, okay, meron siyang liability plus the equity. And on the other side, ay ang asset. So we have here, assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Ibig sabihin, among the three elements, asset is the biggest in weight. Okay? Siya yung pinakamabigat ang weight. And then, ang asset ay ang pinagsamang liabilities, okay, plus equity. So, yan lang, okay, ganyan. So, that is the concept of accounting equation, no? Okay, all the processes in an accounting system must observe the equality of the accounting equation. So as you can see here, yung picture natin, assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay, assets, ito ay yung mga business resources. Okay, owned and controlled by the business. Then creditors, ito sila yung pinanggagalingan or hinihiraman natin no, ng additional pwedeng supplies, pwedeng hiraman din natin to ng additional capital. Okay? And then, of course, the owner's equity, this is the residual interest. So, after deducting all the liabilities from the asset, okay, whatever is left, that is, okay, the residual interest or ito ang owner's equity. So, assets are what the business owns. Okay? Right to assets belong to both, okay, or either the creditors and or the owners. And also we have here, since sabi nga ni Tutor Carmi kanina, let us not concentrate on equity as the investment or capital. Kasi equity is being affected by 4 accounts. Ano-ano yung accounts na yan? Capital, revenues, drawings, and expenses. And capital or the investment, okay, increase the equity. While the revenues also increase, okay, the equity, while drawings and expenses, okay, decrease, okay, the equity. Ibig sabihin, capital revenue, nakakadagdag yan sa equity. Drawings and expenses, nakakabawas yan sa equity. Okay? Okay, so ito lang. So you have to remember this. So when using the accounting equation, one must remember that both sides of the equation must be equal at all times. Okay, assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. So asset, okay, dapat equal, okay, equal yan sa pinagsamang liability at equity. Okay? Each transaction would have to affect at least 2 accounts in order for the equation to remain in balance. For example, nagkaroon ka ng plus asset. Okay? Hindi naman ito nanggaling sa creditor, hindi rin siya nanggaling sa owner. Pwede rin siyang galing sa asset. So, sa sariling resources ng business nang galing. Okay? Parang yung cash mo, turn mo lang into something else. Okay? And then, pwede ring plus asset, plus equity. So meaning, pag nadagdagan ng asset mo, you have to know saan galing yan. Pwede siyang galing sa equity. Okay, sa equity, either capital investment or revenues. Or pag nabawasan ng asset mo, pwede ring mabawasan ng equity mo sa pamamagitan ng drawings and expenses. Okay? Pwedeng madagdagan ng asset mo dahil ito ay galing sa liability. So, plus asset, plus liability. Or, pag nabawasan ng asset mo, pwede rin mabawasan ang liability mo. For example, nabawasan ng cash mo kasi pinambayad mo siya sa iyong liability. Kaya, minus liability. Okay? So, pwede rin nating bali-baligtarin ng ating accounting equation. Okay, originally, its assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Pero there are times na, okay, hahanapin natin ng liabilities. So, ang ating formula will be assets minus equity. Okay? Pag ang hinahanap naman natin ay equity, okay, ang formula natin ay assets minus liabilities. And kung wala naman tayong liabilities, assets is equal to equity. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng pag-aari ng business ay galing sa equity or galing sa Ito yung residual interest ng owners. Okay?
Yan, okay
Ayan,
na,
let us
ma'am.
check your understanding.
Yan. Sige, ma'am, basahin ko ha. The
Sige,
economic
ma'am.
obligation of the... Okay, ma'am. Ay, ma'am. Ayan, sige. Basahin ko, ma'am. Kasi ikaw mag-explain sa kanila, ma'am. The economic
Sige.
obligation of a business amounts 60,000 and its residual interest amounts to 150,000. What would be the amount of economic resources of the business? Use of course the accounting equation. Okay.
Yes.
The economic obligation of the business amounts 60,000 at ang residual interest amount to 150,000. What would be the amount of economic resources of the business?
Okay, so ano to? Accounting equation lang to, no? Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. So anong mga given natin dyan? Okay, so ayan. Okay, na-reveal na yung ating answer. So, assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Given liabilities, 60,000 pesos plus equity of 150,000 pesos. So, our economic resources of the business is 210,000 pesos. Okay? So, sometimes, no, ma'am, hindi nila makikita yung assets, liabilities as equity word dun sa ating mga problem. Kaya dapat nilang naintindihan kung anong mga ibig sabihin nito.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Next po.
Correct, ISEL 210. Okay, next is the economic resources of a business amount to 555,000 pesos and its economic obligation amount to 225,000 pesos. What would be its residual interest? So when we say residual interest, it's equity. Economic resources, assets. Okay? Economic obligations, liability ang ibig sabihin yan. So, anong formula ang gagamitin natin dyan? Since we're looking for the residual interest or the equity. Okay, so may sumasagot na. Let us reveal the answer, ma'am. Vince Panganiban, Mariali Isel, Maria Isel. Okay, sagot nila is 330,000. Okay, so since we're looking for the residual interest, our formula would be equity is equal to assets minus liability. So given assets, 555,000 minus liabilities of 225,000 and our residual interest or equity is 330,000 pesos. Yan, very good. Next, ma'am.
Minus lang siya.
Yes, ma'am.
Kaya talaga ng mga anak natin.
Napakasimpleng mathematical equation lang yan.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am? Do the honor, please.
Okay? The company assets are 12,000 out of 1/3 represents owner's equity. How much is the total liabilities? And medyo ginamitan natin ng fraction. Ayan, ma'am.
Yes.
Kaya niyan. Pwede naman
so,
gumamit ng calculator po kapag kayo ay business student. Totoo po
yes,
yan.
yes. Yung basic lang,
Yung
Basic calculator lang.
Okay.
Actually, ma'am, di na nga kailangan ng calculator to Kasi,
Oo, yung iba ma'am,
dali-dali
lalo
lang
pag mathematical ka naman. Ayan, medyo may sumasagot na. Sabi ni Vince, tignan natin ma'am How much is the total liabilities? Comprehension is the key kapag kayo po ay nag-answer ng mga accounting problems. And sabi ni Vince, ma'am, let's reveal the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan, very good. Okay. So, tama ma'am yung si Vince. Sabi niya, it's 8 million. Sige nga ma'am. What do you think is, because liabilities is equals to what? Asset minus equity.
Yes.
So, 12
Ang hinahanap
million.
kasi is total liabilities, no?
Yes,
so, formula is liabilities equal to assets minus equity. Given, asset 12 million. Okay,
Ayan.
1/3 of which is 4 million, which is the owner's equity. Okay, so
Very good. Ang laki ng liabilities niya. Now, let's have next. Yan.
Ito naman. Okay, so ito naman, so ngayon ay, ito na yung expanded accounting equation natin, no? Pinakita na natin ang yung 4 accounts that affect the equity, which is the capital, drawings, revenues, and expenses. So for number 1, okay, given assets, given liabilities, given the 3 accounts, 1 is missing, which is the expenses. So paano kaya nila kukunin yan? Okay, sige nga. Okay, anybody who wants to answer? Parang nahirapan sila, mama.
Oo
Okay.
nga eh.
Okay, si Vince, may sagot na si Vince Panganiban. Expenses niya is 15,000 pesos.
Let's reveal the answer, ma'am.
Yes po.
Very good, Vince. Talaga namang
Very
from
good.
Mimpuaya National High School, Vince
Yes,
Panganiban.
Mariali Joy also answered 15,000. So, paano natin kinuha yun, ano? Equity. So, equity, so yung simpleng ano natin, equity is equal to assets minus liability. Okay, assets 80,000 minus 10,000 liability. So, equity dapat 70,000. So, hati-hatiin natin yan sa capital, drawings, revenue and expenses. Okay, makukuha mo 15,000. Pag tinotal mo yung apat na yan, 70,000 ang sagot dyan.
Pati si
Okay?
Renia, ma'am, si Reyes, ma'am, sabi niya 15,000 is the
Yes,
answer. Very good.
very good.
Mga na-late lang po ang mga answers. Now, for number 2 na tayo, ma'am, Shi.
Yes,
And
number 2.
Tutor Carol.
Okay, number 2, assets naman ang missing, no? So, anong formula lang pwede natin gamitin dyan? Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Okay, may sumagot na. Mariali Joy answered 42,000.
Okay. Sige, ma'am.
30,000. Vince answered, okay, 30,000.
Let's reveal the answer, ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay, let's reveal the answer. 30,000.
30,000. Okay.
Gagaling.
Paano nakuha yan? Kasi, sa equity, given ang asset, given ang liability. So, yung equity, given din, kaya lang 4. So, gawin mo dyan 15,000 minus 2,000 drawings plus 10,000 revenues minus 4,000 expenses. Okay? Makukuha mo yung sagot dyan. Okay, which is 19,000. And then, i-plus mo sa 11,000. Okay, you'll get 30,000 pesos.
Very good. Ang galing ng
Okay.
mga anak natin ngayon, ma'am. Okay, let's have number 3.
So, given assets, liabilities, and kulang na naman ng isang equity natin. So, formula natin dyan is equity is equal to assets minus liability. So, number 3, 13. Okay, number 3, 13,000 daw from Mariali, Vince, and Aisel Tubo. 13,000. Okay, so let us reveal the answer, ma'am. Okay, 13,000. Correct. Okay, paano naman yan nakuha? So, yung formula nga natin is equity is equal to assets minus liability. So, assets, 44,000. Liability, 18,000. So, you will get, equity mo dapat is 26,000 pesos. Hatiin mo yan ngayon sa 4. Okay, capital niyan, 20,000. Minus mo yung drawings na 1,000. Minus mo yung expense na 6,000. Okay, you will get revenue, okay, as 13,000 pesos.
Dapat natin sa buhay yung accounting equation kasi all throughout your accounting life you will be acquainted with these words, you will be acquainted with these elements. Kaya po impisan pa lang po natin, grade 11 pa lang tayo, alamin na natin at lagi po tayo magbabasa. Yan ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. Magbasa. Ayan, sige po ma'am. So, thank you so much. At ngayon po tayo po ay natatapos na at I hope po marami po kayo natutunan po sa amin ni Tutor Carol. If ever po kayo ay gustong may mga i-feedback, pwede po kayong mag-feedback po sa amin. Just scan po lang natin itong nasa aming screen ngayon and
QR
share with
code.
us your feedbacks. Opo. Maraming salamat Tutor Carol for this wonderful
Thank you
Friday
also.
morning with our ETUlay tuty at sa mga anak po natin. Maraming salamat po. Ayan, Tutor Carol, do you have anything to say before we end?
No, ang lagi ko sinasabi sa students ko, no, lahat ng napag-aralan nyo na sa accounting, bawal na yan kalimutan. Kasi
Yes.
you will use that, okay, the entire your accounting journey, okay, hanggang next year, gagamitin nyo yan. Okay, so thank you rin. Thank you po, Tutor Carol and Tutor Carmi. And with heart emoji.
Thank you all. Happy lunch.
Vince.
Happy Friday.
Yes, happy weekend, everyone.
God bless.
See you next week.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!